Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Pisces for the month of June 2019. Welcome, Pisces. Hope this finds you well. Let's start shuffling and get the messages through for you for June. Jumping ahead. So we're in Gemini at the moment, which is interesting. Fast-moving, chatty Gemini. Lots of communications will be happening under the sign of Gemini. So let's see what we can get through for you, Pisces, without any further ado. Energy around the situation is, funnily enough, the Ace of Swords. So a brand new beginning. Perhaps post some difficulties that you may have experienced in May. From what I have heard, etc. from May, it was quite an unusual month. It was very sort of lackluster for some people. Nothing seemed to really be moving, which is classic of Taurus because it's a very earth, slow-moving energy. So now that the tempo has picked up considerably with our friend Gemini. So we're looking at clarity here, Pisces. So really a time of using that clarity to get things moving again for you guys. This is where you are right now. Oh wow, another ace. So the Ace of Wands, which is fast-moving energy to go along with your clarity of mind, Pisces. So wonderful. So it's Ace of Wands. Of course, the aces always talk about new beginnings, but with this particular Wands energy, it's a fast-moving energy and things really taking off. So whatever you want to launch and actually get physical movement from, an idea or, you know, a project, this is the Ace of Wands is the best one to have because it gives you that energy to sustain the project and get it moving, which is always a bit difficult, isn't it, everyone? Because sometimes ideas are fabulous, but then you've got to put them into action. Let's see what's brought that on. And we've got the Three of Coins, so very much a hard-working energy. But also, I find the Three of Coins is also about spiritual learning. So whatever's been happening during the time, if there has been difficulties with thought processes, clarity of mind, this Three of Coins sort of says to you, well, you're doing well anyway, you're ready, you know, you're working hard, everything sort of as it should be. Just keep doing it. And this is a very Capricornian energy too. So it's very much with your eyes fixed on the prize, where you want to get to. So definitely this month in June is going to provide you with that ability to really keep your eye on what you want to succeed with. So it's brilliant, Pisces, so well done. The background of the situation, so the last, you know, for us at Atlanta Tarot, since the last reading, so the last month, we have the Ten of Coins, so very much financial stability, things being as they should be in terms of your finances, so that doesn't appear to be any worries there. It's also a card that talks about inheritance as well. So if any of you have been in that sort of aura where, you know, things, inheritances are due or just, you know, anything financial coming through, it's a great card to have. So one less worry for you, Pisces there. There's a very stable, solid background with your finances there. Recent influences, so the last little while, we have the Sun. Beautiful card, beautiful energy, shines light into any dark places, corners, lets us see everything exactly what it's like, you know. The sun always illuminates things that were perhaps not seen before, but it also gives that yes energy to and yes answer to questions that you may have. So proceed on. It's also a very healing energy, the sun. It's the Leo. It's the card for the Leos. So they love to be in the sun, in the limelight. They just like it. It's just who they are and it's what they do. They're up front with everything, centre stage. So very much using this energy to just get everything sorted in June. The lesson you'll be learning in June, Pisces, is Queen of Cups. So it's about, this is one of your queen actually, the water queen. She governs the Pisceans, the Cancerians and the Scorpios. Very receptive energy, this one. So she's that one that sits in the meeting that really says very little, but you can see that she's taking everything in, summing it all up, feeling, how does this feel for her? She's very much a feelings person. She identifies with feelings, not with her brain energy, which is interesting too, because we have got the Ace of Swords as the energy around, so it's about lots of fast moving discussions, communications. So you be the one, Pisces, sitting there just being receptive and seeing how you feel about matters. It's not really a matter of, you don't have to be in there talking and putting your 5 cents worth in. You can just feel and anticipate what you feel about it. And then if you're asked to speak, you'll speak. Interesting, but a lovely energy, and it belongs to your home zodiac of water. Going into the near future, we have the Four of Swords. So once again, just being a bit of an observer, Pisces. Not necessarily sort of saying too much, just stepping back and observing, watching, seeing how the land lies. In some instances, the Four of Swords also talks about just having a bit of a break in terms of not, you know, shutting everything down, but just standing back a bit, allowing yourself to sort of your energy to retop, because you've got the Ace of Wands at the beginning. So it's a good card to sort of just be an observer. What's happening that you're not realising, Pisces, for June is, excuse me, the Hierophant. So using your moral compass, which for you is, you know, it's what you normally do. You feel about things. How do you feel about it? In terms of, is it in your moral compass? Is it right? Is it wrong? Does it feel right? And follow that. So it's down in that situation of what we're not realising is happening. So just really sort of refer back to that. If there are any issues that come up, you just need to sort of use your feeling sensation to get the answers that you require for yourself, for your moral code, basically, Pisces. How others see you in June. The Eight of Wands, so ready to take off. No obstacles coming in the foreseeable future. In terms of relationship or something like that too, there could be a new beginning of that coming in. Someone really shooting their arrows at you. It's a very Sagittarian card, this one. So it's a movement card. It's full of optimism. So somebody's looking at you in this way, Pisces. However, you're just being very receptive. And maybe that's exactly what that person needs, that particular person or that group of people. They do see you as a person that just is moving forward and doing really well, with no obstacles or issues hanging around, just getting on with the job. Can talk about travel too. Traveling in many ways these days. We can travel. It's not always physical, but it's just that unhindered travel, forward movement card. Positive feelings, four of coins. Excuse me. So this is about whether to hang on to something or let go of something. Now this is quite a deep-seated card, this four of coins. It can talk about money as well, but at Atlanta Tarot we like to go beneath the depths, beneath the surface, and look at old stuff that constantly comes up cyclically. It's almost like you feel like, oh, it's still there. What am I going to do with that issue or that person? Or do I let go? What do I actually do? But then, as you already have seen for June, you just sort of use your receptive qualities of just, how do you feel about it? It's a bit of a process too, the four of coins. So you can it does take time to relinquish or release this energy of the four of coins. It's a bit like, an example could be, a person that just constantly hoards money, but then that can filter down to other things that we hoard. We hang on to things, really, that we need to release, because in the release that's the best thing about release. It's like realizing that you've done it, and then what comes next is interesting. So it'll be really interesting to see what comes after, in the future outcome after this four of coins for you in June. So the outcome, final outcome. And we have the Lovers. So a weighty question, a weighty decision to be made. Gemini, and this is the card for Gemini. So really interesting, Pisces. So just give it, talking about the process that we were just now in the four of coins, there it is. By the end of June, you'll be really sort of debating with yourself and your feelings as whether to let go or to hang on. We'll do a few extra explanatory cards on top, I think, this month for you, Pisces, because it sort of looks like it's a deep-seated issue in terms of for your benefit. So it will be good. We'll just have a look. I'm just going to throw, or place rather, a few cards. I think I'll put one on the Queen of Cups, even though it's self-explanatory for Pisceans, but I just want to see what's underneath it. And the Four of Swords, the Four of Coins, and then finally that Lovers card. So let's just have a look. So underneath the Queen of Cups, underneath the surface of that, we have the Ace of Swords. So clarity coming back in. So clarity plus clarity of feelings, or really sort of using your feelings this month is very beneficial for you. And there will be new beginnings, and there is new beginnings for that, because you actually really feel and think before you, feel before you speak. And there's a lot of that swords energy around, as we said, because it is communication, Gemini time. Lots of it too. Wherever you go, where there's people around, you can hear lots of chatter going on in Gemini. I always pick up on it and think, there it is. It's pretty full on. Let's see underneath this Four of Swords, which was talking about just that withdrawal or being an observer, which is sort of quite good for you anyway. You do that most of the time. It's just how you roll. We have the Knight of Cups. So there's some sort of offer coming in, and it could be quite idealistic for you, Pisces. So really take the advice of the Four of Swords and just really mull that over. Often with the Knight of Swords, he comes in very idealistic with his proposals or offers. If it's if it's a person, you know, a sort of person you've met a romantic interest in, he's coming on very sort of much flowers and chocolates and all these sorts of things, really sweeping you off your feet. Yeah, I would just, you know, sit with that for a bit and get to the crux of what it is. And he's obviously he knows what he wants, but whether that's really fits in with the realistic nature of our lives remains to be seen. Interesting. Okay, let's move on up now to the 4 of the positive feelings. So the 4 of coins, which is that whether to hang on or let go card. Interesting. Very well could be something to do with relationships or moving on with some sort of offer. Eight of coins. Look, doing really well at the end of the day with the 8 of coins. It's the Master card. It's like, what are you focusing on? What do you need this month especially? Would you rather focus on career? Because there is more to come after the, you know, the hanging on, letting go. There underneath this we've got the 8 of coins. So it's very sort of, it's a brilliant card most people want, because it's just like achieving that status where you can really sort of write your own story, and it is the card of the writer actually. So it's about writing your own, what's really in it for you, what's most beneficial for you this month, chucking things out or hanging on to them, especially in terms of career and also with relationships. Is it long lasting? Will it, you know, will it serve you well? Will you learn something from this if you hang on to it? Final outcome. So let's see underneath the surface of this very Gemini and Lovers card, with the weighty decision to be made. 2 of Cups. So there we are, very emotional again, very emotional. Hand fits perfectly into glove, a situation of a really nice connection, can be work project, working with people, can be very romantic as well, but then you have to make that decision whether you want to go on with that or not. So sorry to leave you high there, Pisces, but yeah, you will apprehend that through feelings, whether it's worth it or not. But it's a very nice offer at the end of the day. It's a nice connection, and that's basically what we want as human beings. We want that, you know, connection with someone to learn something from. Finally, we'll just do one signifying card or explanatory card for the reading and see what we come up with for you. Karma. Very interesting. Very karmic. The more you practice karma, the more you will discover that you are the master of your own fortune and the creator of your own destiny. In its simplest form, karma implies cause and effect. Karma can give you the courage to look deeper into the past actions and take full responsibility for life as it is unfolding. Knowing that you have planted the karmic seeds in the past, flowers or weeds, fortunate or unfortunate, they are all there with you. So there we are. It's very much karmic. It's very much about learning about past, you know, how you got from the past to the future. So use your very strong gifts of feelings this month, Pisces. Thank you very much for listening for the June report. Look forward to talking to you in July. Thank you.